seen my video and to have me make a video specially to answer your question, send me an email to englishclubusa@yahoo.com, and you can visit my website at englishclubusa.com for a free life membership. And don't forget to subscribe and hit the bell. There are so many words in English language that are explained so badly, even by the dictionaries. And the two pairs of words that are one of the worstly explained words in English language are come and go and bring and take. And interestingly enough, when you try to go to the dictionary and you try to look for the words come and go and bring and take, you will find that they are somehow related. But you know what? The dictionary is completely wrong. So, let's find out exactly what the meaning of the word bring and take really is. What I have done a favor is I wanted to save you time. I took out from Google the meaning of how the dictionaries explain the two very confusing words bring and take. So let's look together how they explain that. So, bring and take seem to have the same kind of relationship as the two other verbs that imply movement, come and go. And that's where we got to want to make them different. So the thing is that they're talking about that both words, bring and take and come and go, have to do with movement and direction of movement. Well, those of you who have already seen my video on come and go are probably sitting there and laughing. And I agree with you. Why? Because if you saw my video and if you did the homework, you understand perfectly that come and go has nothing to do with movement. Movement has nothing to do not from come and go and maybe a little bit with bring and take. So, let's look at a few examples and see if you and I together can understand exactly what is the meaning of bring and take. So, does bring and take have anything to do with movement? Let's take a look. Well, Valeria says that the meaning of take has nothing to do with movement. That take has something to do with acceptance. And verb bring has only to do with movement and nothing else. So let's take a look at examples and see if you can figure this out on your own. My grandmother takes her medication regularly. My grandmother takes medication. Is there a movement of medication? Yes, she puts it in her mouth. But what does it have with the direction of the movement? Nothing. She is a fat lady. She takes up much space. Not a lot of space. There's a video on that. Make sure you watch the video. And of course you need to learn prepositions. There's a video on that too. When you see a little red star, that means there's a video on that thematic. So, on the theme. So, on the subject. So, she is a fat lady. She takes up much space. So, take. Is there a movement? There's no movement. Number 3. It takes her a long time to walk down the stairs. It takes her time. Is time walking? Is time moving? No. Number 5. Her coffee Number 4. She takes her coffee with sugar. In this case, with milk. She takes her coffee. Who's walking? Who's moving? I don't understand. So let's go back to the beginning and let's see what makes sense. So, my grandmother takes her medication regularly. When I say that she takes her medication, what am I saying? That means that she is accepting that medication that the doctor gave her. That means she's accepting medication. If I say that she is a fat lady and she takes up much space, what am I saying? That we have to give her much space, and only if we give her much space and she can accept, her body can accept the amount of space we give her. If we give her little space, her body doesn't accept. We have to give her enough space. What about the time it takes to go downstairs? What does that mean? That means that if you're waiting downstairs, you're waiting for her to come down, you need to accept that you need to wait. And she needs to accept that she needs to be patient too. So both of us need to accept it. We need to accept time. What about milk? She takes her coffee with milk. That means she only accepts coffee if I put milk. I don't put milk, she doesn't accept. Her coffee mug is large. And there's a very interesting video on differences between large and big, small and little. You will laugh. It's a wonderful video. So, her coffee mug is large and it takes 250 milliliters to fill it. No movement, but the mug accepts 250 milliliters. Number 6. When my mother asked her sister, my mother's sister, to take my grandmother for a weekend, she does not take her. She didn't want to take her. When she asked, she doesn't take her. So what happens is that, my mother asks her sister to accept my grandmother, and she doesn't take her. She doesn't accept her. No movement. What happened to movement? Come and go. Movement, here, there. There's no movement. Let's take a look at bring. Bring is another story. Valerio brought up a good point about the two words having a meaning different than the dictionary. I told you at the beginning of the video that dictionaries have absolutely incorrect translation or explanation of the words come and go and the verbs take and bring, among many other verbs that you will see in my videos. I think you will like them all. So, I brought up a good point. What did I do? I had physically mentioned it. Did I move the point? Yes. My point was in my head. And now my point is on the video. So I moved my idea from my head to your video. So yes, there's a movement. So I brought up a good point. What about number 2? COVID-19, which is coronavirus, we're experiencing for a couple of years, brought economic suffering. And everybody who lived during these times know there was definitely economic suffering. So, did COVID-19 bring? Did it move? Well, there's no question. There was some kind of a physical reason why it happened. So when we say that COVID-19 brought economic suffering, what happened? People didn't move. And that's why there was a physical economic suffering. Number 3, YouTube brings many students like you to EnglishClubUSA.com. How does YouTube bring you? But what YouTube does, it makes you to physically move your fingers, enter English Club USA, and find out that there's a free membership that you can join. No cost. So, the YouTube brings many students to English Club USA by causing you to physically do something in order to take advantage of all the benefits that English Club USA has. Let's look at the final. Video homework on my website, English Club USA, brings real knowledge to real students. Real students like you. And real knowledge just like we learned today. So, if you go to English Club USA, you will find all my videos that are on YouTube plus all the video homework. But it is the video homework by doing English is when you actually receive the real knowledge and you are the real student. So, I hope you found this video just as fun as the video on Come and Go, and I hope to see you in the next video. To be in my video and to have me make a video specially to answer your question, send me an email to englishclubusa@yahoo.com, and you can visit my website at englishclubusa.com for a free life membership. And don't forget to subscribe and hit the bell.